Hi, Tim Sells here. In this video, I'm going to be talking about something very, very valuable. What I'm doing is that I'm putting all of the enemy identities and friend identities side by side so that you can look at them and then you can choose which identities you want and which ones you don't. And that is the key to success, I promise. All right, so this conversation that I've been having over the last several videos has to do with a person putting on an identity. And I do this like I'm putting on a jacket. Okay, so I can put on, let's just call it a black jacket or a white jacket or a blue jacket or whatever it is. What it is that you're either putting on a identity that is going to help you win, or you're putting on an identity that's going to be an enemy to you winning. Okay, so let me show you these, and these are side by side. These are friend to your goals. And that's the way you want to line it up. And so you just write your goal up here and say, all right, so what would be the very most important thing for me to be able to achieve my goal? Well, what would it be? Number one, it would be responsibility. And well, what's responsibility? The reason something happens or doesn't happen. So if I had on an identity of responsibility, then I'm the reason that something happens in my business or not. Right? That would be a good identity to have. Okay, so let's pop over here and say, well, what would be an enemy of that? Well, it would be putting off the important. Not doing it. Well, that would be the opposite identity. So if you put this jacket on, you're going to have a really tough time getting your goal. But if you put this identity on, well, now you've got a chance. That one will never happen. All right, so let's drop down to the next one. So if I wanted to achieve my goals, what are friend identity? Well, I would take ownership. Well, what's ownership? Spread your responsibility across all that affects your business. In other words, I'm responsible that something happens. Well, what's the something? It's the ownership. So everything that can affect my business, let's just say that the breadth of it is this wide, well then that's all mine. So if it has to do with a product that we sell, that's my responsibility. Right? I'm going to take ownership of this. Well, if somebody has to read what this product does, well, then I want to read that and see if that's going to influence my prospect. Right? So everything, right? That's what would be a friend to you achieving your goal. And it almost doesn't matter what your goal is, because these are the traits right here that I have identified, that if you take those on as identities and you push out enemy identities, it doesn't matter if you want to be a good swimmer, doesn't matter if you want to be a good musician, it doesn't matter, because these are the identities that win. You want to be in special operations, those are the ones, okay? So, well, what would be the opposite of ownership? It would be distracted. Somebody else would do it, right? Like man, are you kidding me? Alabama's playing Georgia. I got to watch a football game, right? I'm distracted. I put up a whole bunch of things on my computer, and it's bogging down, right? Its memory is like low, and so is mine, because I'm distracted, right? So that would be the opposite. Being a spectator, sabotaging success. You throw too much on your plate, well, you're going to sabotage your success, because you're not going to give this the right amount of your effort and time. All right, next one, accountability. Get results no matter the excuse. Wow, that's pretty clear. That's the identity I want to put on. I want to be accountable to myself. I don't need somebody's threat that they're going to fire me. I'm just going to be accountable to myself. I'm going to get the result. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get the result. All right, on the other side, confusion. Not prioritizing and deciding. Okay, so, well, gosh, I don't even know what to work on right now. I mean, man, I need to do this and I need to do this, and let's see, what do I need? Oh, man. Right? What is that? That's somebody who is not, number one, looking through the compass of your goal. What do you want to achieve? Only then can you make sane decisions. What goal are you after 10 years from now, 5 years, this year, this 90 days? Okay? And where are you? Are you on track? Right? This is how you make all of your decisions, because this is what you want most in the world. And if you're not doing that, then you're just a jellyfish floating in the ocean, whichever way the current's going. All right. So that's confusion. So then we pop over here in commitment. Do the reps every day. That's what commitment is. So put on the jacket, right? So when do you think somebody really, really wins in life? Is it when they stand up and get a gold medal? Or is it when they stand up on the stage at the convention at a network marketing company and they're handed the pin or the medal or the big, big, huge billboard-sized paycheck that they got as a bonus? Is that when they got good? No. They got good the day they said, I'm going to do the reps every day. And I'm going to do it no matter what. And I'm going to get really good at the reps. The reps are the repetitions that you do every day. It is what the guitarist does. It's what the pianist does. It's what the karate person does. It's what the weightlifter does. It's what the bodybuilder does. It's what the cheerleader does. It's what the cooker does. It's always reps. That's what wins. Okay? Yeah, you got to do them right, but you got to do them. Okay? All right. So, what about this enemy identity that you can very easily put on is old habits and routines, continuing to do what is giving you what you no longer want. Otherwise, you wouldn't have wrote a goal. All right. And so that is just like same old, right? That's the jacket. I just want to chill, you know? Like, what's the hurry? Why are you young rascals all running around and all this? Doesn't make any sense, right? That kind of identity, and I've been around them a lot, and I know them well. It's like, slow down, right? They say that to a young kid, right? No, man, let them go, man. Let them run and run, right? So, because you got to break that habit and routine. All right, and so then another one over here would be showing up fired up to win every day. You don't come in drunk. You don't come in hungover. You don't come in not rested. And even if you did not get good sleep because you were working, then you show up and you're still fired up, no matter what the sleep level was. All right? Now, the high-spirited, I'm all of these things and I'm none of these things. That's why I'm fired up. Over here is playing victim. I'm late because of the traffic. Never thought about leaving earlier, right? Blaming everything on another or circumstances that happened a long time ago. Well, if I hadn't have married that guy Dave, as if I'm a girl, then my life would have been so much better. Man, that was a bad mistake. In other words, the person's not taking responsible for their condition, their choices. And they pretend to be stuck. Right? Like, that's the thing, is that playing victim, it is the ugliest jacket you could ever put on. Right? And there's a lot of people who put it on them because it's very convenient, because it starts the motor. If you ever do this, you put on a jacket of victim and you'll hear this, and you know what that is? That's the excuse manufacturing machine. And I'm telling you, it's a beast. It will roar like you can never imagine. And it never runs out of gas. I mean, it'll just spin off those excuses like you just can't believe how slick they are. And if they don't make sense, they'll change them in mid-sentence. I don't have time. Well, what'd you do all day? That doesn't matter. I don't have time, but I don't have any money either, right? So no, I'm not doing it. All right. They change their excuse in the moment. Magnificent jacket. All right. And so then invalidation of self is an enemy jacket. It is so pervasive that the person doesn't even often realize that they're doing it. There's a noise that goes on in their head and they think, I'm too old for this, or, like, I'm too young for this. I don't have I don't have any education on this. I don't have any schooling on this, and I didn't go to college, and I didn't. Invalidation, making me lower and lower and lower, less and less and less and less. I'm nobody. Everybody else is more powerful than me. Knock that off. Forget that. That is a horrible jacket to put on. No, you put on, I'm responsible, I'm an owner, I'm accountable, I'm committed, and I show up fired up every day. Right? And that is what you put on every day. All right, so now you get the idea of the pipeline, and the pipeline is this right here. You're going to generate a lead, you're going to contact the lead, you're going to set an appointment for people to see a presentation, and you're going to follow up. Okay? And then some will become customers. You serve them and you make money. If you want to build a sales team in order to have your own business, well, you'll do the same thing, but you're looking for representatives. And you serve them by training them on this pipeline, and then you make money. Okay? So now you get this idea of these jackets over here. Let me go backwards. You get these identities right here. Okay? Before we go there, I want to go over, and I want you to just think about this: procrastination, distraction, confusion, old habits and routines, playing victim, invalidation of self. Okay. So now, could you possibly generate a lead having those identities? No, you put it off. You'd be too distracted to do it, right? It's not part of your habits and routines, and so you just ignore it, right? You see what I mean? When you put on a jacket that is an enemy jacket, it thwarts all your dreams and goals. You put a dream and goal out there and you say, I don't know why I don't ever get my goals, because you never changed the jacket. You never put on the right jacket. All right. So, let me go back over here. All right. So, but if you were responsible for generating a lead, if you took ownership of everything that had to do with creating a lead, if you were accountable to get the results, in other words, get a lead, no matter what the excuse was, if you were committed to doing the reps enough times, and if you showed up fired up to win the day, you would generate a lead. And you would do every single one of these. And people are going to watch you walk across the stage and say, wow, he's so lucky. And you're going to go, yeah, maybe I am. But it was the identities that got the person there. And only the identities. And the person had the guts to kick off those other identities. These things over here. Because you can't win if you're dragging these things behind you. Okay? So, I'm going to answer the, 32 year, and it probably happened before me. Where are all these come? So I know that didn't make any sense, but you're going to get it. What's behind all objections and excuses? What's behind, I don't have the money? What's behind, I don't have the time? I don't know anyone. I don't know what to do. I've not been active lately. I quit. And very rarely will they be bold enough to say I quit. Okay? These are all enemy identities, and they're all tied back to the ones that I just showed you. And so when everybody kind of does this, they sit around in these meetings, committees that are over another committee, and they pontificate about we need to make it easier for the average person. No. We never want to do that, because the average person is this. We want to make it harder. That's what we really want to do, because what's going on, and it doesn't matter if you're in real estate, it doesn't matter if you're in insurance sales, it doesn't matter if you work at a phone store and you get a salary plus a commission, right? It's always these identities that any employer is looking for. And so if there's anything we ought to step up our game on, is telling people that the network marketing industry pays, I think it was 11 times more people, $100,000, than if you were in real estate. You'd have to go back and look. Don't quote me on it, because it's been a bit of time since I did that video. But I did a breakdown of every industry, YouTubers and musicians and everything. So go back and look at it. But we need to find the people who are willing to put on this jacket, these jackets, and take these jackets off, because it'll just make better people out of all of them. All right. So I have a little question. What did you learn that you can now use to build your business? Please comment down below and let me know. And if you like the video, please smash the like button and share it with somebody you think would enjoy it, maybe learn from it, and then also comment, subscribe. And if you haven't already, you might think about joining our Telegram channel. That's where we answer questions and things like that. So thanks so much for watching this video.